Greetings and salutations. Do you remember water parks in America? There are places which I've visited in my past which are no longer operational that are just that water parks. Surf Cincinnati, which closed in the early millennium, 2000s, and the beach, which closed somewhere around 2019, give or take a few years, maybe. But anymore, it seems like some places in America, these amusement parks are integrating the water park into its core identity. I know Six Flags Kentucky Kingdom had, I don't know if it's still operational, but they were one of them. Paramount's Kings Island being another. I kind of like the direction Disney World took, and they had multiple water parks, but they were not integrated into like Magic Kingdom or Epcot or any of those places. And I know that there are water parks, or were at one point, in the Orlando area. Where I live, it gets humid really bad when summer rolls around. It's why I hate summer, to be honest. I used to like summer, but as I see myself getting older, I like less of it. Enjoying more spring and fall. But I could see why these water parks closed down. Um, Even Coney Island, that used to be around here, not the Coney Island, had integrated the water park into its core identity. The Sunlight Pool. And they didn't just have a few water slides in the big pool, they had some kind of waterside attractions here there, like bumper boats and what have you. Part of the reason I kind of came up with the Do You Remember series is because I kind of like feeling old. I like remembering times in my life that were the best, for me at least. Because I can't really do all that stuff now. I've grown a little older, a little more mature, and I have people I take care of. So it's not something I get to do much anymore, if at all. And honestly, I don't know if I ever will again. That's why, for me, it's best to just remember the good times. Good times. And while I did like going to Coney Island, I love the Sunlight Pool. Because, simply put, it integrated the water park into its core identity in such a way that it was kind of a unique experience, I want to say, but not much at all. And I felt like as the years went by, Coney Island kind of gradually became smaller and smaller. And I feel like that's kind of the same way with Six Flags Kentucky Kingdom. Maybe it's been years, decades since I've been there. Or Paramount's Kings Island. They've taken some of their aesthetics in favor of making them these concrete jungles with rides. And I tell you something about Paramount's Kings Island. The bathrooms are not frequently available or conveniently located, I should say. So if you've eaten something that gives you the runs, that's not the place to go to. Is a wave pool at Paramount's Kings Island. When in reality, it seems to me that's the one place you should have the bathrooms nearby. And I feel like there's just not enough interesting ways to make navigating these places easier. Um, I'll tell you another amusement park with water park rides is I think it's called Holiday World or somewhere around about. It's in Indiana or was. I don't know if it's still functional, operational. And it was holiday themed, as the name suggests. I also enjoy the water slides that offered something that was more interesting, like the ones that had the rafts, which were two seaters, and then there's a one ride that was a blast to go on or watch, the log flume. So, for those who don't know what this is, it's kind of like something almost like a roller coaster, but you're riding in a giant log. And your track that the ride goes down is water with, I think, railroad tracks or something. I don't know the specifics of how it works, but they always had this bridge. And they had a part of it that you could shield yourself from the water and make it such a huge splash, soaking everyone else. So you could get people you're with right in full blast of all that water while you get out of the way. And I've always done that, and it's always a blast. Good times. I'd even say like the water park was so important to me when I was younger that a series of circumstances kind of made it impossible to go. So we went to the mall, and that's how I found the Fallout franchise. I found Fallout 2. I thought this sounds like a great game. Pimp Your Spouse or Your Ride. I mean, if you've ever seen the packaging for Fallout 2, you know what I'm talking about. But anyway, I don't know what other parts of the world have as far as water parks go. Maybe they'll have something. I don't know. As far as that goes, please like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell. Cold comments get approved. Nasty comments directed at me get you banned. Now, I'll go ahead and talk a little bit about my thoughts on Lewis on Drunk Wizard Stream. Because I don't really feel like giving it more attention than it actually deserves, you know? I think there's a lot of irony in what Lewis says. And I'll leave it at that. All right, folks, that's it. Thank you very much for watching, listening, or what have you.